ということで、ふうたです。続きやっていきましょう。で、今回は、前回からね、機関車使用許可書、これを入手したので、オスカーの元に行って、ここなんですけど、渡して、進展があると思うので、行ってみようと思います。はい。到着。どうや
Here, this is your stupid train release ratification, Oscar.
これでいいだろ
Thank you, Kate Walker. That is perfect.
終わりかい。じゃあ、機関車の切符を渡せば
There you are, Oscar. Does this mean we can leave now?
いけるでしょ
I cannot accept this ticket for the moment, Kate
なんでや
Walker. Keep it.
I don't understand why you're still refusing to take this
何
ticket.
次は何
Everything is in order, and an engineer prides himself.
はい。
On punctuality. Yes, Oscar, I remember. But what now?
さすが弁
But
護士。
what's up, Oscar? Why haven't you returned to your engine room?
If I may be so bold as to express a personal opinion on this matter, Kate
いや、
Walker,
言いなさいよ。
I'm all ears, Oscar.
I fear we have omitted to wind up the locomotive springs.
Is that all?
全部
Then let's do it for Christ's sake.
I'm afraid I have no notion of how to implement this function, Kate Walker.
臨時的
It
に
would seem
完
that
成
the
され
makeshift
たのに。
completion of my production process is responsible for a lack of instruction on this
ああ、
matter.
そうなの
Okay, right. I'll see to that myself then. I mean, a wind-up train can't be that complicated. You wait there. I won't be long.
Thank you,
?OK?
Kate Walker.
OK? うん。じゃあ待ってなさい。今私がやってくると言いたいけれども、ゼンマイはどこにあるんだろう。まあそんな難しい場所じゃないと思うけど、まあおそらく後ろなんじゃないかな。これは戻ったよ。これをこれでこれでいいの？お、いいね。巻け巻いてます。今全米を巻き終わりました。これでいけ、戻せと。細かいな。この音が。それではいけますね。お、なんかついてる。緊急用？どうすか？これでいきますよ。
Right, everything is in order then. The train is finally ready to leave.
I am most terribly embarrassed. Such ignorance on my part is inadmissible. I hope you still have confidence in my abilities, Kate Walker. Please return to your seat and we can leave.
いいんだよ
Finally.
いいんだよ。行こう。行ければいい。さあ出発だ。進め。出発進行。すごいね。これ全部ゼンマイで動いてるんですよ。優雅な列車の旅をお楽しみください。からくり人形コーポレーションがお送りしました。ただどこに行くかはわからない。どこに向かってんの？帰れるの？わからないね。寝ちゃった。ベッドあったのに。ベッドは使わないの？おはようご ざいます。自然豊かな場所に到着。わあ、すごい
Where are
深
we,
い。
Oscar?
At the halls of residence of Barockstadt
バル
University.
クスタット大学。
Do we really have to stop here?
The situation is incompatible with the pursuit of our journey.
What are you waiting for then? Wind them up, find a way. There must be some sort of train winding thing just laying around in this weirdo station.
I have seen nothing that fits that description, Kate Walker.
I guess we'd better find out then.
I do not like this station. The atmospheric humidity is detrimental to my sophisticated wheel workings. I will wait
私
for
こ
you
こ
inside the
嫌い。
train.
湿気があるから嫌い。だからあなたは探してきて。おいおい、いいね。その度胸がいいね。
And to think that when I first became a lawyer, I was worried I'd get stuck behind a desk.
Is something wrong,
確かに
Kate
ね。
Walker? Is the restaurant car service not to your liking? Would you like another pillow?
Don't worry, Oscar. Everything's just hunky-dory. And you are just hunky-dory too.
まあちょっと嫌味入ってますけどね。
Oscar, we have a serious problem. How can we carry on our journey if this train doesn't want to budge? What are our
ね
options?
じ巻きが緩
Every
んだ
clock
の
has its
で、
key, Kate Walker. Keep looking.
列
Well, I
車
hope you're
が
right.
進められない
Go
と
see
いう
what I
こ
can
とで
find.
す。
Oscar,
だからこ
there's
の
no
駅
way you
で
could help me find a way to
新
wind
し
the
い部
train
品
back
か
up
な
again?
交換できる部
Rust
品、
awaits
まあ
my
修理を
every
して、
movement if I leave this train,
そ
Kate
して
Walker.
そうすればまた運転
And
で
what
きま
would you
す。
do with a rusty engine
というこ
driver?
とをみたいですよ。
Not a lot, I suppose. Oscar, I think that Hans Vorarlberg once stayed in this town after he left Valladolid. Maybe this wasn't a chance stopover after all.
Nothing is left to chance in a railroad network.
You agree with me then?
We have no concrete proof to support your hypothesis. The train stopped because the clockwork mechanism is unwound. That is the only concrete evidence we have, Kate Walker.
I was just hoping for a little imagination on your part, Oscar.
No, Kate Walker. I am only an automaton,
Yeah.
Kate Walker.
からくり人形です。
This train might be a wonder of technology, but the engine's limited autonomy is a liability. You got to admit that.
I am afraid I refuse to entertain this consideration, Kate Walker.
はい。
Oscar?
じゃあ行こうか。
In a while, Kate Walker.
ケイト・ウォーカー、スカイ・ウォーカー。おー、自然豊か。本当、この弁護士はなんでこんなことをしてるんだろう。荷物もなし、手ぶらで、すごい遠出してるけど、あれ左奥に見えるのってマンモスかな？なんであるの？なんなの？あ、何すんの？オスカーとミッションについて話す。ちょっと待ってください。まだやってなかった？あれ二手に分かれて、なんか探しましょうっていう話じゃなかった？走るんだよ。走れ。ミッションについて
Yes, Kate Walker.
話す。
Oscar, we have a serious problem. How could...
Every clock has its key, Kate Walker.
Well, I hope you're right. Oscar, there's no...
Rust awaits my every movement if I leave.
Not... Oscar?
ああ、なんもないじゃん。
In a while.
あれなか
Everything
った。
okay?
Yes,
鳥。
You should take a
増えてます
look around the station, Oscar. It's amazing. Greenhouses that are all lit up,
カラフル
exotic
な鳥で
trees,
溢れ
and
返ってるの。
thousands of birds of all different colors.
すごい
I
で
am
しょ。
obliged to avoid exposing my
鳥
wheelwork
の
to
排出
corrosive
物
bird
に我が身
excreta.
はさらけ出し、
I shall
根っ
remain
こを招
inside
くのこと
to
は禁止
monitor
さ
the
れています。
locomotive.
Of course. Well, too bad for you.
まあ、確かにね。
Oscar?
In a while.
じゃあ、あ、これはもう変わらないのかな？
Everything okay?
変わらない？
Yes.
本当変わらない？大丈夫？
Oscar, we have a...
Every
大丈夫
clock.
か？
Well, I hope
じゃあ
you're...
行くわ。
Oscar? See...
In a while.
こっちで出てみましょう。 とりどり。いや、何？おーい、邪魔しないでおくれ。あれは何か餌みたいな釣るものが必要なんだろうね。どこまで行く？ここか。お、広いな。すごいすごい。こんな場所あるの？観光名所にならない？あれこれ。
The door's locked, but I've still got to get in there.
鍵が閉まってるわ。鍵があるから進めない。じゃあさっき初め行こうとした場所でいいのかな？駅から出て、いや、こっち？何これは。あ、マンモスのとこに出れるのかな？何故障、早い。故障などの早いね。まあ、とりあえずこの番号に連絡してほしいと。27666742。
I need a key.
おい、キーがないと連絡できない。
That looks broken.
はい。
No point. It's
なんもないな。広いね。
no point.
あ、出れない。こっちもダメ？
No point. It's locked.
ダメか。じゃあ、駅から出て歩くしかないな。真ん中から出ましょう。いや、こっちまで行けるか。いや、人がいる。人？
Hello.
You're on my train, I see.
Yes,
人
I've
か
come
な？
from Valadilen.
It's been a long time since I've seen a train here. Students, did you bring students with
生
you?
徒をめっきり見な
No,
く
I
なった。
traveled alone. Well, almost alone.
I remember around the start of fall, trains would bring kids from all around the world here to study zoology and botany, paleontology, and all that stuff.
あ、
This was a
ここ
great
大学なん
university.
だ。あ、
And
そっ
it
か、
isn't
そう言っ
still
てたか。
great today then?
昔は有名だったけど、今は廃れてるのか。
Have you been the station master of Barrelstadt for a long time?
I've never had another job. Now, you tell me, are you in charge of this train?
No, I mean, I'm not sure.
So what's your thing here? You come here to do some bookworming over at the university?
Well, sort of. I'm always looking for new information.
Well, you don't seem to know a lot. And about that train, it's gonna get in the way if you leave it there, that's for sure.
In fact, I'm a lawyer and I'm conducting a pretty unusual investigation.
Investigation, huh? Hey, you know, I'm just a station master. I don't know too much about anything.
Well, you never know. Anybody could be significant in this case.
See, nobody actually tells me anything, so my hands are totally clean.
I never implied they weren't.
なんでその焦ってるの？
You don't know where I might find equipment to wind up my train springs, do you?
Not in this station, that's for sure. And I would know. You might want to try near the wall.
国境の壁の近くを探してみるといい。
Staying for long, miss?
No. I mean, I don't know actually. 1 or 2 days tops. You see, I've got to wind my train back up so that I can continue my journey.
It's just, if you stay here too long, I might get in trouble. The train should stop, then leave again. That's the rule. Besides, your machine's disturbing the birds.
Maybe you could take me up to this wall? If there were 2 of us, We could find what I need to wind up my train even quicker.
そうね。
Miss, forgive me, I gotta stick to the rules. You know, I have to man the station. I don't want to get into trouble with my superiors at the university.
大学にいるわしの上司から大学に人がいるのか。こう人がいるようには見えないけどね。
I feel like I've lost my way a little here. I could really do with your help.
Hey, anything I can do, miss, you just let me know.
はい。
The name Hans Vorarlberg doesn't mean anything to you by chance, does it?
Oh, do you really think I'd remember one little name from the thousands that pass through this
はは
station?
覚えてるはずないよね。
I'm sorry to junk up your station like this, but the spring mechanism on my train needs winding.
A spring-operated locomotive. There's a thing.
どうりで
Yeah,
だ。
and an impractical thing, too.
I always dreamed of taking a train, but now I'm over the hill. And someone has to take care of the birds, after all.
こう鳥の面倒見てるのかい？それはすごいな。
All these
こ
birds
ん
in
な
a
にいっぱいいるのに。
station. It's amazing.
This is no ordinary station, miss. Oh, no. These birds are part of the prestigious University of Darmstadt Ornithological Collection. Over the years, this aviary has housed some of the most fantastic
この
species
鳥
from
も
all
研
over
究
the
資料
world.
で貴重な
And
鳥
I'm
類、
not
鳥類
exactly
を飼ってい
their
る。
typical station master either. This little world is my responsibility, and that is no
鳥小屋も
measure
世
task.
話しておる。
I can well believe you.
大変な仕
You
事
know
なんだ
what's the
ぞ。
hardest? The hardest thing is to keep interspecial harmony. And one day some explorer introduced a couple of cuckoos from the
ア
Amazon.
マゾン格好を持ち込んだ。
It wasn't a good idea?
A nightmare. You know, cuckoos lay their eggs in the
カ
nests
ッ
of
コっ
other
て
species,
鳥は
right?
他の島
Now,
の
what's more,
巣
they
に
also
自分の
push the
卵を産
host's
むんだ。
eggs out of the nest so that they receive all the mother's attention, right? Accursed cuckoos. Nightmare.
I see what you mean.
あ
That's
あ
one tricky bird. And there was nothing you
旅
could do
行
to
者
stop it?
旅の者が勝手にカッコっていう鳥を持ち込んできて、そのカッコが悪さをしてるんですね。その鳥の成長を邪魔していると。
A wonder of technology. It's an eagle that's mounted on rails in the air. It passes through and it swoops down to collect parasite eggs. But heck, the dang eagle's been out of order for several years.
そんな機会ある
Impossible
の？
to collect the eggs
すごい
myself.
ね。
Why not?
I can't climb up the gangway. I fell off it several months back, and I still have a pain in my spine. Not to mention the vertigo I've been getting. I only have to look up in
私
the
が登り
air.
たいんだけどさ、鳥
You
が
poor soul. That
鳥が
must be
邪魔
very
するの
hard.
よね。
Worst thing is, cuckoo eggs piling up in the nests. Soon the rectors are gonna notice. There's trouble in store, big trouble. I'm worried. Yep, worried.
まずいね。それはまずい。
Can you explain to me how the locks in the canal work, please?
A lock, right, is their system of sealed gates. They're clever, right? They help boats overcome gradient problems in channeled water flows. They make this kind of boat staircase, see? You know what I like? Sitting on the bank, watching the barges and...
I'm sorry. I must have expressed myself badly. I need to know how the locks open and close to vary the water levels.
I'm not sure of the precise maneuver. Trains and barges, trains, now those guys are very different fellows altogether.
なんだよ。
I won't disturb you any longer, Mr. Station Master.
Welcome to Barrockstadt, miss.
結局は自分で何とかしなさい。っていうことだね。フックをゲット。これで私もフック船長。ここから先行けないんだけど、あなたは何をしてるんだい？何をしてるんだい、一人で。まあ、フックを手に入れたので、何か使えんのかな？わかんないね。とりあえず行けるところ全部行きましょう。こっちは何があるかな？
That thing looks like the winding machine I used in the Valadilen station. I've got to find a way of getting the train up here.
どれ？真ん中の奥のやつ？上の方？ ああ、大変。応援呼びたい。ほんと、広いなあ。これな、どこ行くの？フック。鳥たちの注意をそらす。フックかな？やってみますか。戻って、はしごの上、当選簿している鳥にフックを使ってみます。大丈夫か？
Kate Walker!
え？
Kate Walker! Come over here, please! I have something to say to you!
何？なんか、慌ててたけど。どうしたの？あ、閉めなくていいじゃない。どうし
Yes,
たの？
Oscar. What is it?
A message has arrived for you.
Message?
You have been summoned to see the rectors. They are the highest authority at the university. They want to talk to you.
Talk to me?
Yes, to the person responsible for the train.
So, I'm in charge now. Sure, okay. But why would these gentlemen want to see me at all?
They do not say why, just that it's very important.
あれ、責任者は私じゃないよね。今、責任者は私って、あなた決めたけど、いいの？勝手
Everything
に
okay?
決めたけどいい？
Yes, Kate Walker.
Oscar? See.
In a while.
何？大学の牧師に話しかける。まあ、その前に、これやっちゃおう。ダメか。フックは関係ないみたい。関係ない？もう一回やらせてください。確認ちゃんとしないと。あれ？ダメか。OK。それじゃあ大学の牧師に会いに行きます。ただ、彼はどこにいるんだい？ここかな？あ、開いてる。人がいない。本当にここはどうなってるんだい？マンモス。あ、人がいた。こんにちは。
Hello.
Hey, baby, you party? You
Yeah,
sure looking
baby.
mighty fine. Love those big round
セミすごく気
eyes.
がしてるね。
Just who do you think you are?
Hey, spunky. I like that in a lady. Okay, I'm home. Come on, doll. I'll let you buy me that coffee.
I don't remember ever asking.
Hey,
So,
don't play
coffee
hard to
は
get.
どこにある
I
んだい？
know you like it big time.
Listen, kid. Go back home and play with your toy cars and forget you ever saw me.
言うね。
Hello.
Hey, baby, you...
Just who do you...
Hey, spunk.
あ、これ。
Hey, don't...
Listen, kid.
大学の牧師、彼は違うのか。わあ、立派な場所。博物館みたい。おお、すごいすごい。大きいね。はあ。わあ、ライブラリー？とりあえず、行くか。話を先に進めます。進めてから、探検しよう。 多分こっちでしょ。偉い人は上にいるはずじゃない？そんな安直な考え。あれ、私今どこにいる？あれ、動けない。ここではない。ここではない、どこかへ。
That door is locked.
ここじゃない。あれ、さっきの場所でよかったのかな？だよね、まだ目的は進んでません。合ってるのか。あ、人がいる。普通にいるよ。
Excuse me. Can I disturb you a second?
No,
この人
You could be
左
a
利
little
き
bit
だ。
nicer about it.
keep quiet. In case you haven't noticed, we're somewhere that requires silence and
Como tú.
tranquility.
左利きのお兄さん。机に落書き会？落書き会？この人は話せない。この人はアマゾン探検記。アレキサンダー・バレム・ボイス。はい。お、これだ。このアマゾン赤格好っていうのがはしご登るのを邪魔してるんですよ。なんか弱点ない？ね。ぶどう？食べ過ぎて動きが鈍り。ぶどうかな？とりあえず餌あげりゃいいの？わ、すごいな。赤格好は他の卵よりも早く羽化するので、生まれたばかりの赤格好のメスは、ヒナは、まだ羽化していない卵を巣から突き落としてしまう。いやー。すごいな。赤格好が産卵し終わると、その巣に産卵されている卵を巣から落とすか食べてしまう。怖い怖い怖い怖い。はは、がむしゃらな略奪者。これにより赤格好は絶滅寸前まで数を減らされることとなった。まだある。このソービニオンブドウが欲しいんだな。どこにあるの？バルクシュタット大学の植物学研究の重要な研究サンプルの一つでもある。ここかな？研究所にあるのかな？これはいい話が聞けたというか、知ることができたよ。 ソービニオンのブドウを見つける。目的が増えましたね。それはいいんだが、それはいいんだけれども、おお、登れる。キノコ図鑑。はい。ヤンガラコーラキノコ。味もまずい。食べることはできるけどまずい。けどアマゾンの原住民がこのキノコに魅了されている。だから研究対象になったんだ。そしたらその研究結果で特有の含有物が含まれている。含有物がある。人間の視力を驚くほどに強化する。そういうものが入ってるんだ。本当に？紅葉を何世紀も前に発見しており、狩猟用の際に用いてきた。キノコを乾燥させ粉末にして狩猟の前に服用する。すぐに効果は現れる。はい、終わった。これだけかな。川？ないか。オッケー。ないね。とりあえず走り回りましょう。何かあるかもしれない。わおわお、審問会みたいな。
Good day to you, gentlemen.
Tell me, young lady, to what do we owe this pleasure?
Please do be brief. We do not have very much time on our hands.
As rectors of this university, we have serious matters to attend to and our time is precious.
立派なお
I
ひ
have
げ
heard
です
you wish to meet the
ね。
owner of the train that is currently in your station. May I know the reason for your summons?
We are surprised that your train has not yet left, miss. The situation is most regrettable.
うん、
The
残念だ。
rules do clearly state that trains are meant to come and go and not remain stationary at a platform.
確かに。
Trains should first stop, then subsequently
ずっといられ
leave.
たら
That
困るね。
is the rule.
We agree then, dear colleagues, that what we're dealing with is deviant behavior.
This matter really is cause for concern.
It's a clockwork train, you see? So it needs winding up again. Unfortunately, there is no equipment in the
ネジ
station
を
to
巻
do
くものがあ
this.
ればすぐ
A
に出ていき
clockwork
ますよ。
train? That's strange.
How very quaint. You mean it's some sort of mechanical toy?
You are causing a hindrance to us, miss.
I am very hopeful that I will find what I need along the wall.
The wall?
The wall?
Miss, that really is not a suitable place for you to go.
けど、
Especially for a young lady.
駅長さんが
You see, miss, we freely admit that every day we praise the
Look at
existence of that particular edifice. We owe the integrity of our dear university and the fine education it provides to the wall.
It protects us from harm and invasion from the unknown.
敵の攻
May
撃
God
から侵
protect
略から
us from
守っ
what
て
is
くれる。
beyond those
Tekiru.
ramparts, miss. Please believe me.
I don't have any choice. I must continue my journey.
Such a decision
確かに。
is a correct one since it's in
仕
line
事を
with
遂行する
regulations.
ためには必要なんだよ
Thus, your
ね。
train will indeed be able to leave.
And consequently cease to obstruct our station.
わお、いっぱいある。とりあえず上から
I
聞
haven't
いていこう。
introduced myself. My name is Kate Walker.
My name is Futa.
Walker, haven't we already had a Miss Walker? Ethnology Masters, September 1953, if my memory serves me correctly.
Perfectly well, my dear colleague. But if I may be so bold, It was a Mr. Walker and not a Miss.
ビル・ウォーカ
It
ー。
was Bill Walker, sat the June 68 exams. The impudent
面
fool
接
turned up for
で
the oral
制
assessment
服
in
を着用と
jeans.
する規則でジ
Flouting
ーンズ
strict
姿で現
internal
れた大
regulations
バ
which
カ者だ。
explicitly state the required uniform for the occasion.
Pure incitement. It was scandalous. Sadly, we have seen worse since. Young people lack all respect of traditional values.
Tradition, young lady. One must always uphold tradition.
常識ね。書いてなかったんじゃないのルール
You
に。
see, I didn't actually intend to stop here, but the springs of my train gave up, you see?
No, not really. You mean to say you're not a student?
Yes?
You have arrived a little late in the term, Miss. Enrollment for this year has already terminated.
まあ、
But as rectors of this
Tenko?
university and therefore representatives of its highest authority, we could
あ、そうなの ?3 人が学長なの
if you like.
最高権威
You
者。
don't understand. I'm a lawyer from New York, or rather Valadilen more precisely. My client wants to buy out an old mechanical toy factory, but its heir isn't actually dead
すごい
and
ベラ
is
ベラ
living
話すね。
somewhere in Siberia.
内
I've
情
got
を
to
ベ
get
ラ
to
ベラ
him to
話していい
sign
の
the
かな
sales contract.
機密情報みたいな、
Not really.
保護法み
This
たいな
is
のな
a
いのかな
most peculiar tale.
A kerfuffle of the highest order.
We have an excellent law school, if you should ever change your mind.
はい。次。ヘル
Can you
プ
possibly help me out here?
Miss, your insistence is almost verging on indecency.
If you don't mind, could you not disturb us all the time? Thank you.
We cannot constantly be at your disposal. We have many other requests to attend to.
はーん。次。ハンス。
Does the name Hans Vorarlberg mean anything to you by chance?
Ah, one of the brightest, most idealistic intellects to have graced
Oh,
our
huh.
university. Hans
Ntanda.
Vorarlberg. I remember speaking to him once. I was still a student at the time. He just stared at me, lost in thought for a while. He scarcely ever said a
最
word.
も聡明で理想的な知
But how can one forget
識
him?
知識人。
Idealistic? I'll grant you that. But
Risoteki?
bright? Oh, don't go too far.
聡明
He was completely incapable of passing any exams. All he ever did was to sit in on lessons, and
は
not
い。
many of
試
them
験で一
either.
回も合格点を取ったことがな
Paleontology
い。
mainly. He had an unhealthy passion for
で
mammoths,
好きな講義
which
だ
matched
け
the
受け
state of
てい
his
た。
intellect perfectly. That is to say,
病的なほどマンモ
prehistoric.
スに執着していたと。
Prehistoric? How dare you? A little far-fetched, maybe. But he did have flashes of intellectual brilliance, comprehensible only to high-minded scholars who hold no score by appearances. My dear colleague, your hasty conclusions are somewhat cavalier.
My assessment is wholly accurate. The boy was a little odd. You must concur if my father, who was rector of the university at the time, had not shown great indulgence towards him. Hans Vorarlberg would have never attended this establishment.
What about the bandstand there?
父さんも
Is
学
that
長だ
the
った
work of
の
a deranged mind? Even after all these years, you are still jealous of it.
My dear colleagues, I beseech you,
Insodai.
let's show some decorum. We have a visitor. What do you want with Hans Vorarlberg, miss? Are you a member of his family?
No, not at all. I'm looking for him to clear up an inheritance matter. Is he still here?
そうなんだよ。ただいるだけなんだよ。弁護士なんですよ。
No, not at all. He left a long time ago. Yes, a very long time ago. The very year I was nominated to this position, in fact. Almost 50
まあ、いない
years
よ
ago
ね。
already.
The poor soul moved on once he learned all he needed to know about mammoths.
Ah, this establishment was never quite the same after his departure, it must be said.
You mean to say it was never as bad? All that oddball brought to this university was his misplaced fantasies.
嫌ってるね。
Gentlemen, gentlemen, let's try to retain the calm and
冷
level-headedness
静
that
になろう
befits
では
our
ないか
position.。
冷静に機
Excuse me.
関車の話をしようじゃないか。
Miss, we find ourselves terribly put out by the presence of your train in our station
私も
and
困
by
って
its
るんですよ。
recurrent
早く
immobility.
行きたいんだけども。
Indeed, the situation is very regrettable. Your huge locomotive is very cumbersome.
A train should first stop, then subsequently leave. That is the rule.
間違ってはいない。だから手伝
That
って
idea
ほ
of
し
the
いんだけど
station
ね。
aviary is really very original.
It's the pride of our university. One of the specialties taught here is zoology, you see, and more particularly
鳥類学は我が大学の
ornithology.
得
Proper
意分
study
野
and
と言えよ
instruction should not be limited to books. Observation of living matter is indissociable from theoretical questions.
It contains some very rare specimens that have been brought back from far away
あ
exotic
る鳥小屋に
countries,
は世界
especially
各
for our
国の
university,
珍
by
種
the
な
world's
珍
most
種な
intrepid
鳥で
explorers.
溢れ返っています。
Do you remember Alexander Valenbois and his
アレ
peculiar
クサンダ
bird?
ー・バレンボイス。
Absolutely. His gift produced some very embarrassing long-term consequences.
A poison chalice indeed. It must be said the situation could have been much worse, however.
Oh, yes, it could have been terribly problematic.
下手すれば大問題。これかな
Can you tell me if I can find Yangala Cola here in Bagstadt?
ヤンガラコーラ。
I'm sorry, come again? What on earth are you suggesting, miss? How positively
おい、学
infuriating.
長。
I am sorry. Look, are there any...
Yongala Cola!
The lady said Yangala Koala.
No, she said Yongala Cola.
No, you have no idea. It's Yangola Koala. Do try to follow.
コアラ。
No!
コーラ。
Right Honorable Assistant Rector, sir, are you in any way insinuating that I am hard of
学長
hearing?
補佐殿。
I would not dream of such an insinuation, oh right honorable
あなたも
assistant
ですか、
rector,
学長
sir.
補佐殿。
Dyslexic, maybe, however. I seem to remember you having a little difficulty pronouncing tricky tropical names.
What? I think you'll find it's you who has
右と左、
deficiencies in the
仲
area
悪い
of
のか
cultural
な
matters.
Gentlemen, please. The right pronunciation is Yangala Cola. It's a little...
ヤンガラ
We
コーラ。
understood.
Perfectly.
知ってんのか
And why might you be looking for this Yang thingamajig?
Indeed. What a strange request. Why could you possibly need Yangala Koala?
別におかしくはないんでしょう。いや、あれ終わり。なんで必要かって言われたからさ。まあそう言われたら別に必要はないのか。ぶ
You
どうが
wouldn't
欲し
know
いん
if
だよ。
there is any Forest Sauvignon here in Bargstadt, would you?
Absolutely.
When he says absolutely, he means, of course, absolutely
も
none.
ちろんない。
What we mean, of course, is that we are absolutely positive there is no Forest Sauvignon here in
なんで
Barracstadt.
これ
Really?
あるな。
Are you sure? Because I read in a book that Bargstadt possesses a number of plants. I wouldn't mind getting a hold of some if possible.
Out of the question, miss. Don't forget the regulations, miss. Don't forget them. Trains should first stop, then subsequently leave. And quickly.
The assistant rector means to say that our priority is for you to remove your train from our station. Your research will have to wait until your next stop.
Yes, that's right. Your train must leave the station immediately, so please refrain from wasting our time
だ
in
から
needless
それができないん
visitations.
だと言ってるんだよ。ゼンマイが負けないのよ。
If you can possibly get the
手伝ってほしい。
canal lock open, then the sailors will be able to tow the train up to the winding machine.
What a surprising request.
Open the lock. What a singular
おお、
idea.
そうそうそう。
Our university
No, no,
isn't
no,
responsible for the functioning of the canal locks.
ロ
A
ック
different
制御は大学
administration
の
deals
管
with
轄外
that,。miss.
どこを渡ればいいっていうのを教えてくれない
Can you possibly...
Miss, you're insist.
If you...
We cannot...
ダメ
You
だ。
see, I didn't...
No, not really.
You have a...
ダメだ。
But
Not...
a cuff.
we have...
Here we are, busy chatting, and look at the clock.
ページャー
It's
クスがおしゃべり
tea
してい
time.
たらなんとな
Already?
もう時間過ぎちゃった
My
よ。
word, doesn't time fly
お
by?
ーもうそんな
Thank
時
you
間
for
か
a
ね。
charming visit, miss.
とても愉快
And
な
thank you,
話をあり
gentlemen.
がとう。どうも。どうも皆さん。うん。結局わからない。ああ、ぶどう見つけろって言われてもな。もう細かく見ていくしかないのかな。 ちは。あ、博士っぽい人がいます。
Excuse me. Sir, please, just a moment.
教授。
Yes, what is it? I'm not deaf, you know.
I am sorry to disturb you in your work, sir, but...
This young Mammothus primigenius is barely 40,000 years old. Fantastic, wouldn't you say, miss?
うん。同意します。
Yes, probably.
What do you mean, probably?
Probably?
I don't know.
You don't know? Oh, you don't know, I see. What can I do for you, my dear child?
話ができそうな人だな。
To tell you the truth, I don't know very much about mammoths, and I'm not here as a student. In fact, I'm a lawyer.
It's
Oh,
all right.
lawyer.
Nobody's perfect. All the same, the study of the Pleistocene period is fascinating.
I'm sure it is, but I'm sorry to say my current mission is totally monopolizing my time. Another time, maybe.
うん。
Ah, that's what they all say. But anyway, let me present myself. I'm Cornelius Ponce, Emeritus Professor and Lecturer at the University of Barrockstadt.
生物
I'm
学
proud to
部
say
の
that
最
I'm
高
head of the
責任者でもあり
Department
ま
of
す。
Paleozoology at our university.
Kate Walker. Pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
It wasn't really my intention to
Mission.
stop off here, but I'll confess, this university is really
ここは
very
素晴らしい
impressive.
場所ですね。
Indeed. There's such a tradition of learning here. So much knowledge, a real depth of culture, intelligence, and gray matter. I myself did my studies here and never left.
Actually, I'm here because I've been summoned by the rectors of the university.
Oh, I see. You must have made a mistake on your enrollment form.
Oh, no. I haven't come here to
なん
study.
か話が
I
進
have
ま
an
ないな。
important matter of inheritance to attend to. I have to find the heir.
And you hope you will find him here?
I'm not altogether sure. But you see, my train broke down coming into Barrackstadt station.
In that case, my dear, you must come to one of my lectures. Here's a question for you. Do you know what the Proboscidean order
え、
is?
知りませんよ。
Probo-whatian?
You see? There are gaps in your knowledge that need
え
refreshing.
いや、ネジを回してもすぐに行きたいんだけど
I
も。
feel I've lost my way a little here. I could really do with your help.
Oh, my dear child, you've chosen your moment. I absolutely must finish off my
大丈夫だっ
lecture for
て。
this afternoon.
It's a
誰も来ない
lecture
から。
about mammoths?
Oh, yes and no. More specifically, it is about their migration. Do excuse me, I need to concentrate.
逃がさないよ。
To tell you the truth, I'm looking for Mr. Hans Vorarlberg. He's the sole heir of a very unusual factory. My company is in charge of negotiations for the takeover of this factory. At last word, he was living in Syberia.
なん
So,
かほんと
as soon as my train is ready, I'll be
ベラベラ話す
continuing my
ね。
journey eastwards.
個人情報じゃないかい？
Syberia. But what was it you said again?
Said what?
You mentioned a name. The person you are looking for.
Vorarlberg. Hans
Vorarlberg.
Vorarlberg.
ハ
Do
ン
you
ス。
know him?
Hans Vorarlberg.
ハンス
How
は知
could
っ
I
てるで
forget
しょ。
him? Such an extraordinary fellow. So inventive. We shared a passion for mammoths, you know, and we bonded over this passion. Without it, I confess, I would have had little to do with an odd, ageless retard like Hans. At the time, we were both students. Well, sort of. Put it this way. Hans had
ハ
special
ンスは
permission
特
to
別
attend
許可を受けていた
paleontology
代わ
lectures.
りに大学関連の変わった仕事を任されていたのです。
In exchange, Hans did a few odd jobs around the university.
Your Hans Vorarlberg sounds uncannily like the one I'm looking
そ
for.
のハンス。
I'm not sure, my dear. Hans was above all questions of money and business. Just to imagine him running a factory, perish the thought.
Can you
だか
tell
ら
me a
それを
little bit more about him?
想像するんだっ
He
て。
was always a mystery to me. He never said very much, never quite seemed to grasp what you said to him. He expressed
ああ、やっ
himself
ぱりなん
instead
か
through
機
his
械を
incredible
発明するの
mechanical
はうまいんだ。
contraptions. His inventions, I admit, have been much appreciated by the university. The few times we really did talk, it was about his strange interest for mammoths and a doll.
マンモスのことや彼が執着しているある人形について話していた。
Doll, you say?
人形？
Yes,
からくり
he
人
kept
形？
talking about it. One day he described it to me. A sort of children's
彼の
toy.
家の近所にある洞窟で発見したその人形は子供の玩具のようなもの
It
で、
appears he found it in a
人
cave
が背
not
中
far
に
from
乗っ
his
ている
home.
マンモス
The
の模
event
型だ
all
と言っていま
sounds
した。
very dramatic. His account was slightly confused, but it awoke a great interest in me.
What do you mean?
To my knowledge, there was only one tribe who made figurines featuring a maut, and that tribe is the Yukols.
ユコ
They
ール
live in the
族
farthest
が
reaches of Syberia,
こ
and
の
for
像を
them,
作れ
the
そうな部
dolls
族の一
constituted
つ。
a sacred object, illustrating one of their central legends. How such a doll made the journey from the frozen Siberian north to a cave in the French Alps is a mystery to me. Even
極
today,
寒の
it
地
is
シベリア
beyond
にあ
my
るはずの人形
comprehension.
がなぜフランスの
Have
ア
you
ルプス山
considered
脈
that
で見
Hans
つかるかは
Varlberg was maybe
興味
making it
深
up?
い。
You said yourself he didn't seem to have all his mental facilities intact.
No, that's impossible. Hans couldn't invent the story like that. The doll is a sacred part of the Syberia legend. He described it to me in exact detail. Syberia itself is a chimera that paleontologists of the world are very fond of pursuing.
あれ今どれハンスか。
Arriving in Barrackstadt is an amazing experience. I've never seen such a station.
You came by train?
Yes, in a kind of clockwork train with a spring mechanism that winds down regularly.
You mean you drive a train? Young ladies of
ゼンマ
today
イで
never
すよ。
cease to
ゼンマイ
amaze
が
me.
欲しいんだよ。
Oh, no, I'm not the engineer. The train's engineer is actually an automaton. I am sorry, all this probably sounds very strange.
A clockwork train, driven by an automaton. I once knew a man long ago who could have invented
昔い
such
ま
a
したね。
train.
ハン
It
ス
was
じゃ
he
ない
who
の
designed the bandstand in the main square. To think that he was
天才だ
even
った。
capable of creating such
ま
a
るで子
gadget.
供のようだった。
He was
10
astounding, a
歳の
true
時に精
genius.
神的身体
But
的に成
oddly,
長止まったように見え
at
ま
the
したね。
same time, he was also almost a child. It was as if his
はい。
mental and physical evolution
ハン
had
スだね。
definitively halted at the age of 10. Can you believe that?
Yes. I think I can believe that. At least I'm beginning to.
次、鳥。
My train stopped in a peculiar aviary. It's very odd. A lot of bird species seem to seek harbor there.
Ornithology is far from being my favorite subject, but I must concede that the station is the pride of the university. It was initially intended for teaching purposes, but then birds started arriving from all around the world. It seems that there are still rare
うん、
species
これは
breeding
他の
there
人も
and
話してい
flourishing.
たから知ってるんだけど。
Can you give me an example?
I have been told about a kind of bird with peculiar
あー
habits.
知ってますこれも。
Let's see now, the Amazon cuckoo. That's right.
飛ばす
But oh, I'm so foolish.
ポ
The
ーン。
Amazon? Where's the Amazon? What is the Amazon?
I'm sorry, my dear, but one cannot learn everything in a lifetime.
いや、それも
Thank
いい
you
ん
very
だ。
much.
OK。ちょっと言葉飛ばしていこ
I
う。
read in the library in a book on the Amazon that there's a mushroom called the Yangalacola.
ヤンカ
I'd
ラ
like
コー
to
ラっ
try
て何
and
使う
find
の？
some if you have any.
Yangalacola. Ah, but of course, a marvelous idea. Yes, yes, indeed.
研
I
究
expect
室に行きたい。
Do you mind if I have a look around? I'll be careful.
Oh, no, not at all.
は
I
い、い
wish
い
you
の？
luck in trying to find
勝手
something
に
in the
探していい
midst
の
of
かい？
this scholar's jumble, but please go ahead.
おお、許可を得た。いいの？部外者が研究室に
If I
入
were
って
to say Forest Sauvignon to you, what would you say?
Oh, let's see. Sauvignon.
装備によ。
Sauvignon? I would say it's some kind of...
We are talking about the same plant then. It is a very rare shrub with small juicy fruits. I found a book about the Amazon, and it says that there are even Sauvignon plants growing right here in Barrackstadt. You wouldn't know where, would...
Amazon
あるはずなんだよ。
Sauvignon plants here? No.
知らない？
No, I don't think there are any. Highly implausible. But you should ask the station master. He is
いや、
keeper
で
of
も
the
駅
greenhouse
長
at
は
the university, so he could
ダ
tell
メ
you
だっ
more
け？
than
なんか拒否してたよ
Thanks very
ね。あれ？じゃあもう一回聞きに行く？
I'm under the impression that if I am to continue my journey, I'm going to have to open the locks on the canal.
You're probably right, my dear, so open the locks. Whether they are open or closed is none of my business.
水門のロックを開けに行きなさい。ちょっと待ってください。でも
I'm under the impression...
You're probably right, my dear, so open the locks. Whether they are open or closed
開い
is
てようが
none
閉ま
of my
っていようが
business.
関係のないことですから、どうにでもどうぞ。
I'll leave you in peace. I hope I haven't disturbed you too much.
Sorry? No, not at all.
ああ、いい人でよかった。じゃあ研究室に行って、
No point. It's locked.
研究室に行きたいんだけども、研究室はどこにあるんだい？上じゃないよね。研究室はどこ？ああ、電話だ。
Hello?
Hello?
So, you got him then,
Hello?
you there?
Ah, it's you, Mr.
Oh,
Morrison. Good day,
Marston-san.
and how are you, sir?
I'll feel a whole lot better when this whole business is over and the sales contract is signed. Where the hell are you?
は
I'm in Barkstadt.
あ
Bollocks,
あ、
what?
バロ
What in God's name are you doing there?
It's a magnificent university town. It would appear Hans Vorarlberg once passed by here
ああ、なんか言わ
several
れる
years
よ、どう
ago.
せ。
So if he isn't there anymore, then there's no point hanging
は
around.
は。
I hear what you're saying, sir, but I have good
手伝って
reason to believe that
ほしい
Hans
よ。
Vorarlberg is still alive.
一人じゃ
For
無
the
理だ
time
よ。
being, I'm trying to gather extra information from people who have known him.
What's your next destination?
I'm not exactly sure yet.
Doesn't sound like you know too much, Kate.
I just need a bit of time, Mr. Morrison.
Yeah, well, time is what you ain't got. Keep me posted.
嫌です。めんどくさい。そんな。だったら人送ってくればいいんだよ。人をさ。
That's going to work. Look,
何かはめるのか。
this thing's jammed. This thing's jammed.
ここもまだかな。研究室に行って、なんだっけ？キノコ持ってっていいと言われたんですけど、その研究室の場所がわかりません。で、あと、ブドウだっけ？ロックか、水門の。あれに関しては、駅長さんの方が詳しいからそっちに聞いてくれと言われたので。誰かいる。そっちに。じゃあ駅長さんは後で。
Hey there! On the boat!
Guten Tag, schöne
おは
Mademoiselle.
かんやおじ
My
ゃちゃん。
husband say, "Hello, young lady. You want to talk to us?"
こんにち
My
は。
name is Kate Walker,
My name
and
is
I'm a lawyer. I'm in
Futa.
charge of this train. This situation is really very new to me. Lawyer, good job. Earn lots of money.
Good
A
job.
lot. A lot. No, I wouldn't go that far. But I can't really complain. Lawyer
Possible.
always ask a lot of money.
あ、いいか
Can。we change the subject, please? I really don't want to go down this road.
ミッション。
I just met with the university rectors, and they ordered me to remove my train out of their station. I mean, it's a total
だってこ
joke.
っちは機関車
How
動
do you
かないのよ。
remove a train that
ね
can't
どうやって動
move
かせばいい
in the
のよ
first。place?
なんかいやアイデア
You
な
don't
い
have
か
any
しら。
ideas, do you?
We know nothing of trade. 怒っとけいと。
You up your own creek. Your generosity warms my heart.
確かに。知るか。
I have a
Yeah.
little problem with my train. It's kind of broken. I've absolutely
うん
got to get
あ
it
なた
out of the
方の船
station.
であの
Do
壁
you
ま
think
で
you
機
could
関車
tow
を
it
牽引
over
して
to
く
the
れま
wall
せん
with your
か？
barge? Lock closed. Barge
水門
blocked.
ロック。
But
閉ま
if
って
the
る。
locks were
無理。
open, would it be okay to tow my
ロッ
train
ク解
then?
除して水門が開いたらいいです
More
か？
money for that step.
働くね、マ
Ah,
ネ
it's
ー。
possible.
お金。
My husband said
Kane
we help
kure.
you if you give money.
金
Right.
必要ね。
And how much do you want?
50.
We
150。
want $150. $150? I don't have that much. No
150だ
money,
ぞ。
no barge. Let me offer you $75. Nay, $125. Out of the question.
ほっといたの、
$100
絶対
and。not a dime more. Correct. You have
I
barge
know.
for $100. Great. Now, don't move. I'll be back as quick as possible with the money.
でも100ドルでしょ？ 1万円持ってないの？
I have a little problem with my train. It lock closed. But if the lock dies,
はい。機
I
関車
hope my train isn't too big for your barge.
It's okay.
タイタニックモーターファーストクラス
My husband say correct. Powerful motor. I mean, we're not exactly very far from the winding machine, are we? It's dumb, isn't it? All this effort to go a few yards.
Put train in barge? Nay, not possible.
はいよ。
Have you gone down to take a look around the station yet? It's amazing. You know, it's full of exotic birds.
Me to my gear? Yeah. Yeah, with pleasure.
We no leave
何が
boat. Husband is land sick.
陸酔い陸酔いするの。まあ、確かにね、
It's not very polite
船
of
に
you
乗
to
った
take
後、
advantage of my
陸に上
predicament.
がったら、
We
ち
could
ょ
have
っ
done
と
favors for each
平
other
行感
for
覚が
free, out of solidarity.
アンバランスになりますよね。不安定に。
Not full. Maria, break full.
Excuse me?
My husband say need money for leave. $100 not lot for
上流
fancy
階級
lady
の女
like
性
you.
100ドル大した
How
お
would
金
you
じゃな
know
い
a
でしょ。
fancy lady like me? Really?
弁護士じゃん。っていうことなんじゃない？
I'm looking for a special kind of
弁護士
mushroom.
でしょ？
The Yangala cola. You wouldn't have any on your barge, would you?
We never carry plant.
植物は運ばない。
Have you ever seen Amazon Forest Sauvignon?
Niet, never go
Sauvignon water.
Amazon.
Do you know if I can find some here?
Niet, you must to Amazon go.
Yeah, of
そうね。
course.
その通りだね。アマゾン行けばいいよね。
Is it the locks that are stopping you from carrying on your journey?
Da, barge no pass. Lock
ああな
closed.
た方も
Have you
通
tried
れないん
like
だ。
just opening them?
Nay, not possible. Have tried. Now system kaput.
試したけど機械が壊れた。
I am sorry about that. Looks like we're all being held prisoners in Barrackstadt then, in a way. Funny that, isn't it?
そうな
I'll
の？
leave you to it. I won't disturb you again.
До свидания.
この人たちも水門が開かないからずっとここにいるんだ。大丈夫？なんか言われない？私は来たらすぐ言われたけど。不公平だ。不公平だ。門を開けろ。走れ。ケイトの服がちょっと黄ばんできてるように見える。風呂を入らせろ。お風呂洗濯させろ。
I'm sorry to
はい。
disturb you.
What can I do for you, miss?
ロック。
Can you explain to me how the locks in the connect...
A lock, right, is the system of sealed gates. They're clever, right?
水路の激しい水流から船が持ったり、それはさっきは
I'm
聞いたよ
sorry. I must have expressed my...
I'm not sure of the precise maneuver. Trains and bar.
あれさっき分かるって言ってなか
I feel
っ
like I've lost my way.
Hey, anything I can do, miss? You just...
I've just been to see the wreck.
I thought they'd say that.
Absolutely. I've got...
Well, I see.
But it's like I say, the springs are up.
The locomotive's engine might not work, it's true.
It's a possibility, I suppose. What...
Nothing. It's just an idea. Anyway, miss, you shouldn't hang around.
た。もうダメだ。お金。
The sailors on the barge reckon they could help me tow my train out of here, but they're asking for money. You couldn't possibly help me out with a few dollars, could you? I would be very grateful.
Miss, really? I'm surprised at you. Asking for money from a total
確かに
stranger.
ね。信用ゼロですね。
I need cash. I need it to get my train out of your station because my train is getting in your way, disturbing your birds, and upsetting your bosses.
Look, lady, I'm only a station master. I got my problems and you got yours.
ダメだ。
I won't disturb you.
Welcome to Barrow.
駅長は役に立たん。うわ、すごいいっぱいある。マンモスの人形を教授に渡す。 あ、液晶に
I'm sorry to...
装備
What
に
can I do for you?
について聞く。
Where might I find some forest Sauvignon plant?
No place around here, that's for sure.
そ
I
ん
don't
な
know
も
what
の
you're
がこ
talking
こにあるは
about.
ずがない。
That
あ
stuff's
んたが
from
言っ
the
てるのよくわ
Amazon.
からん。第一、それはアマゾンのものだろう。
You know, for someone who knows nothing about the plant, you seem pretty
知
well
ってるわ
informed
ね。
about
引っ
which
かかったわね。
mysterious faraway
なぜど
country
この
it
国
comes
からなの
from.
か知ってんの？
Oh, Amazon, Peru, Papua, New Guinea, it's all the same to me. Gotta go. Gotta work.
なぜ
Wait,
隠す？
don't go. You know
見
what?
てる。
I don't think he was being totally straight with me.
これはついていく必要があるわね。あー、なんだろう。なんで隠すんだろう。まあ、とりあえず、あそこ行こう。マンモスの人形を、オスカー楽してるね。
If that's going to work,
あれ
if that's
あ、
going...
マンモスね。マンモスはこっち。懐に収めて、これを教授に渡します。教授に渡すぞ。こっちか。あ、移動してる。
Excuse me, station master, but I need...
Can't you see I am very, very busy?
いやー、忙しそうには見えないな。
Well, I am. Very busy indeed. But, okay.
Oh,
I think I'll give
yeah.
you a minute of my time.
はは。あれ、なんか増えてる？増えてないか。でも特に聞くものないんだよ
I feel
ね。
like I've lost my way a little.
Hey, anything I can...
I won't disturb...
Welcome to Barrow.
ないよね。
Excuse me,
Can't you see it?
no.
Well,
これをもう一回聞いたらどうなる？
I'm looking for a kind of little...
look, the station doesn't have any...
Funny you should mention it. That's exactly what I was looking for. Forest...
Sauvignon, raspberries, red currant.
But you see, I have just read a very interesting book, which says that
そうだ
the
よね。
rare
大学
Sauvignon
校、
berry
気
is
候内で栽
actually
培されてい
cultivated
ると書
here
かれた本を
in
読
the...
んだ。
Oh, if it's in a book, then... Don't believe everything
本
you
に
read.
書かれていることが全て真実だとでも、お
But
嬢
I
さん。
don't think you're telling me the truth.
What do you mean? I don't know. How should I know where to find your stupid grade? Go ask your professor, what's his name, Pons, the paleontologist.
ポン
But
ス
you're
ナ
the
ン
master
て
of
書
this
くさ。
station, so you should know better than anyone.
Nobody tells me anything. I don't know. Go see the old guy with the fossils.
おー、なんか隠す
I won't disturb
ね。
you.
Welcome to Barrow.
まあ、いいでしょう。今回は見逃しましょうか。よし。じゃあ、マンモスあげようっと。君は用はない。マンモスを渡しに行きます。この人かな？
Do excuse me, Professor. Professor, sorry.
違う？
Professor, I have brought you something that should be of
あ、
interest
こ
to
れ
you.
か。
Look,
Look. マンモス。マンモス
What have
ド
you
ール。
got there, then? Let's see. An effigy of a mammoth.
ハンスが言っていた人形ですね。間違いない本物だ。
Hans.
なんだこれを？
This is not? Yes, of course
あ
it
の
is.
人形は
How
確か
on
に
earth
存在
did
した。
you... Oh
そ
my
れ、
God.
あまり
It's
の
in
ことに
my
興奮して
hands.
しま
It
った。
exists. It really exists. Please, please do
それはいい
excuse
ん
me.
だ。
I'm deeply, deeply moved.
you see? Your hands
あ
and
な
my
たのおっしゃる
Wahlberg
ハンス
heir
と
are
私
one
の
and
ボ
the
ルバーグ
same.
の相続人は
This
同一
is
人物。
incredible. After all these years, how can I ever thank you, my dear? Oh, I must waste no time. I'm off to my laboratory. I must study this
構
carefully.
わないよ。
May I borrow your treasure a moment?
Well, actually,
Don't worry, miss. I will take the greatest care of it. But I need to study it. You see, it has such importance to me that this very afternoon I shall deliver an impromptu lecture to my students about this very object.
で、
If you are interested in Hans Vorarlberg, then it is
行く場所が
essential
分かれ
that
ば
you
問題
attend
ない
it.
んだけど。
Do you think so?
Obviously. Give me your telephone number and I will call you the moment my lecture begins. I will return you your doll at the end. You have my word.
In that case, see you later.
はい。じゃあお貸しします。行った。あ、空いてる。やった。ここか。あ、研究室。入った。入ったね。ここで講義するのかな。ということで今回はここまでにします。見てくれてありがとうございました。こっち見てるね。見なくてもいいんだよ。はい。なんだっけ。チャンネル登録、高評価よろしくお願いします。それではまた次回。